Now let's talk about corporate social responsibility, and quite often it is abbreviated as CSR. And that is when companies do more than they're legally required to do. So what can it be? Like, let's say we have a plant, a production plant, and they want to build, to make a park to come up to compensate from the harm to the environment, if any. Or they want to, let's say, invest in education of their employees or in their cultural development. They do not really have to do that, but they do so because they feel that is the right way to do. So there are 4 types of corporate social responsibility that were listed by Carla and Buchholz. But actually, when we talk about corporate social responsibility and ethics, well, there is like no strict silence or rules. So you might find like 3 types, 4 types, 5 types, 6 principles, and so on. The logics, nevertheless, is going to be more or less the same. So this authors say that, well, first type of corporate social responsibility is economic responsibilities. So the organization does something that it has to do from economic perspective, like it has to deliver the shareholders their increase in share prices and dividends, so increase in their wealth. Okay, we do that. They have to deliver value for money for customers. Yes, they do that. Legal responsibilities come when there is some legal requirement to do so. Okay, so you need to put filters to reduce CO2 emissions. Okay, let's do that. You need to pay wages not less than that. Okay, go and do that. Ethical responsibilities, this is something when the organization is trying to do something that it is not legally required, but it thinks that it's a fair way to do. And finally, philanthropic responsibilities. There are some responsibilities that even exceed ethical responsibilities. Like ethical responsibilities would be to pay employees more than it is required by the law. Oh, actually, let's make an example for all of the 4. Like economic responsibilities. We know that we are working in a country that has very, very bad unemployment. So we know that people can work for us at $5 per hour. So we are going to pay them that. However, there is a legal responsibility to pay at least 7 because this is a minimum wage. Okay, so those who choose legal responsibilities, then they are going to pay 7. They're not going to, like on record several hours work to make this rate 5. But some organizations say, well, you know what, 7 is not enough to provide for the family. So how about I pay you 9? Well, because this is the fair way to do. You do work and your work is hard and we are earning profits. We are okay to share. And philanthropic responsibilities would be to do something else, like we are going to pay $9 to our workers so that they can provide for the family, but also we invest in some activity that help unemployed. Well, for example, we invest in some educational center, and this is my vision of the desk and the chair. Okay, you see, I'm a terrible artist. I'm much better in CIMA than I'm in writing. Well, so these are the 4 types. And another way of thinking about the issue is talking about general corporate social responsibility strategies. And one of the strategies would be proactive. So this means that we start doing that before there is any pressure, any request from any of the groups. Like we made a brand new model of car, and then we found out that mat that goes under the driver's feet can get stuck on the pedals, and there can be an accident because the person will not be able to push the brake. at at full gap. So we recall these costs to fix them. This would be proactive strategy. Reactive strategy would be if we do that only when we have when someone has noticed. So they notice they are trying to issue complaints. So we only then want to substitute this means, for example. Defense strategy means that we are going to minimize or trying to avoid additional obligations arising from a particular problem. So this means, okay, well, if you come to our office and ask to substitute that, then we will do. But if you can fix it yourself, take a duct tape and just stick it, well, we will not do anything about that. So that is going to be defense strategy. Accommodation strategy, the last one, is going to be when we are going to weigh cost against benefits, and we will do something extra when we see that this will be this will be appraised by some interest groups, and we will benefit from that. So we do that only because we can get some benefit from it, or when we think that if we do not do that, then the government will come and punish us, and that, of course, will lead to the negative effect to our business. So proactive strategy is the best one. It's not the best one, but the one that has more corporate social responsibility, and accommodation is the strategy that has the least amount of corporate social responsibility.